Hello.
Hey.
Uh-oh. He just got stabbed in the face.
It's like the most just... no sound, just... There we go, there's the music.
Yep.
I was like, that was just so strangely quiet for like no reason.
Yeah, but it's Friday the 13th, and so we are going to play the classic game,
Uh-oh, look at that map.
Friday the 13th. Use the torch to light the fireplaces. This game sucks.
This does not at all seem like Friday the 13th. You're like...
Oh yeah, you don't remember the zombies in Friday the 13th? Ooh, I got the lighter. Nice. So it's weird, because you gotta navigate the house in this weird way.
Yeah, this is, interesting.
Alright, so there's no fireplace in here. Uh-oh. One of the kids is in trouble.
Oh no, and he's way over there.
He is. So I have to go this way.
Run! Run!
I'm coming, child. So the purpose of this game is to survive 3 nights with Jason. You can technically, I think, kill him, maybe? But the point is you have to survive 3 nights, and it is essentially impossible to survive 3 nights.
You also just don't want the children dying.
Yeah. So I want that note we just saw. How do I get back to the note? Oh, I lost it. Okay. But luckily the children death meter pauses while you're in the houses.
Oh, that's good. Gotta say, when he's in the house, definitely looks like he's just doing like the chicken dance.
Yeah. And each counselor has like their own weird... Oh, I went the wrong way.
Oh, that child's definitely gonna die.
Yeah, that kid is so dead.
That's a long roundabout, because you know, you can't just cross that grass to the other road. That's...
No, you're in a mountain.
Yeah.
Alright, well let's try. I might be fast enough.
I don't know. You got 24 seconds. Look at those ups, though. You just cleared that zombie.
I know. Ah! No. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a key. The knife is so much better.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can change... Let's see what's in the house, because I think I can change camp counselors. And that will...
kind of reset the timer.
Not reset the timer, but he might be closer.
I gotcha. Well, we got a fireplace.
Yeah.
That's one at least. I don't know how many we gotta light.
Alright. So... How does... There we go.
Nor do I really know what lighting these fireplaces do.
How do you... There's only 2 buttons on this fucking controller. So you would think it would be easy. I guess I can't change?
I guess not.
Well, that kid's dead then.
Maybe you just can't change while
Ah!
the kid's in trouble.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, kid. Oh.
Well, that's
Oh.
one dead camper.
You're really doing a poor job, counselor.
Oh, I made it to the loop.
Yeah. You can go check on his dead body now.
So, I didn't know this game existed until I saw somebody play it for GDQ years ago. And it's such a weird game. It's such a badly made game.
Yeah, but hey, it's old.
That's no excuse. There are great games that are old that have been made. This game...
Sorry, it's an old movie game.
Okay, this game is, like, impossible to beat. Like, you essentially have to know everything from the beginning. You have to know where to go, how the counselors work, hope that you get the random drops for the knife and the keys. Ah! Yeah, if people thought that the online Friday the 13th was bad, they haven't played this.
Ooh.
This is the worst.
I can only imagine if you had somebody following you around, pointing their flashlight at you right now. He's over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, if we had Ass Assassinator up in here.
It's getting dark.
So the thing is like, we'll probably survive the first night, but you and the children, I think, have to survive. If all the kids die, you also lose.
Yeah, makes sense. Otherwise, there's no point of throwing that thread in there.
Otherwise, you're a shitty camp counselor.
Yep.
Yeah, and the house is weird to navigate. There we go.
Alright, it's another fireplace.
But there's also hidden notes all around that, like, give you little hints to, like, you know, Mrs. Voorhees has the sweater. She can be found in the woods, and she's like an optional boss. You don't have to kill in the game. Like, her severed head, you can find Jason's cabin in the woods.
Zombies are getting aggressive.
Yeah, and every once in a while, Jason will just
Pop up.
pop up.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that first encounter. Oh.
Oh, it wasn't one of the children that got killed. It was one of the camp counselors.
Oh. Okay, I feel less bad. Alright. But again, it's a child way, way over on the other side of the map.
Yeah, that's how this works.
Of course. I gotta add the drama in.
We're gonna try to get there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Maybe we can save this nameless child.
I'm gonna name him Susan.
Alright, Susan. We're coming to rescue you, Susan.
Yeah.
Just, you know, do your best to stay alive, don't drown. That's a long trip for half a minute.
If only I had a better camp counselor. A faster camp counselor.
I know. Come on, pump those legs. Like, you hear that child screaming.
We're gonna try. Ah!
Oh.
No, pick that up.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh no. Yep, that kid's dead. We got distracted by the bottle.
It's a potion.
Oh god, oh god. Child, no! Susan!
Ah, that's the cabin.
Yep, so close.
So, like, these are the kids.
Hey kids, why'd you let Susan die?
Ah.
I told you not to let nobody go outside.
Alright, let's see. I can't even, I'm trying to take my health potion.
Not like having options, but nothing seems to do anything.
Like, I hit select, I hit A. Goes away. I hit A, select, oh, I guess cure?
I don't know. It should not be complicated when there's no buttons on that controller.
Yeah, because B backs you out. A doesn't do anything, it seems. I guess A is the confirm, but maybe I have to cure someone else?
Maybe. I guess you just can't drink it yourself.
I guess. Alright, and the cabins only have one building.
That's interesting. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, we can get there quick.
We finally got somebody close by. Alright, counselor. We gotta at least keep one of you alive.
I don't know which way to go. I think it's this way.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at those hops. Really?
Sweet, I saved Mark.
Really, Mark? There's nobody even near you. Oh, look at you. You finally got something to work. Oh, God.
Oh, it's
God.
Jason!
Oh,
It's
God.
Jason!
Oh, God. Why is he like he's ready to box you?
Because he's totally gonna murder me. Right there. Oh, it auto-cured.
Uh-oh. You're still alive. Still alive.
No.
Oh, George, no!
George is dead. But Mark has the knife. I think Mark has the highest ups and he's the fastest.
Okay, Mark, we see you.
See?
Look at that. Oh, man, somebody's been training their whole life for this.
They really have.
Where were you when we needed you?
Is Jason still in here? No, he's gone.
Yep, he's claimed the life of George and left.
Oh, and he took George's body, too. George is gone.
Yeah.
Alright, so... I guess, let's go to the woods. We haven't explored the woods yet. Because we're not going to beat this game, but I kind of want to show you...
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Wow, Oliver. Wow.
Make up your mind, Oliver. We got children and counselors to save.
Jump over the birds!
Like, you know the process by now.
That's what he's saying to you, is like, you know the process.
I know. You know what I'm gonna do. Uh-oh, we
Oh,
found
so
Debbie.
to change counselors, you have to find the counselor.
I had a feeling.
Alright, let's see if I can get Debbie a knife real quick. Ah! Ah, fuck it. Let's get out of here, Mark.
Yeah. Go hop your way to victory. Yeah.
That's our exit.
Can leap zombies with a single bound.
Ah!
An expert knife thrower.
Ah!
Oh god!
Yeah, there's wolves.
That's one way to counter somebody's speed. Throw something faster at them.
Yeah? Ah!
Did anybody tell you there's wolves in them there woods?
So the point of the forest is to like try to find Jason's cabin.
Yeah.
I also keep killing these guys in the hopes that they'll drop something.
Yeah.
Because there are better... Oh no, it's Jason!
Oh god.
Mark, no!
He came to finish the job.
Oh, we got him away. We scared him away.
Okay, okay. Maybe on death's door, but you bought a little bit of time.
I think I have another potion, too. Maybe?
I feel like you picked something up, but...
I think I picked up 2, but I don't know if you can carry more than 2. Oh, potion!
Oh, it's like they knew what you
No!
needed. No! No, and a child's now in danger.
Oh yeah, those kids are gonna die. Because those kids are... I mean, they're reachable. They're reachable.
Yeah, plus you got extra speed now. And a cat in the way, so...
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't in any way make this more difficult that there's a cat blocking my field of view.
We're just adding all the pressure on Mark.
What? How the hell? Those kids are dead.
Yeah. I didn't think that was going... That's not how that's supposed to work at all.
Alright, those kids are dead. Fuck those kids.
Yep.
Mark's not a cool camp counselor. Mark is a dick.
Yeah. People watching at home, don't be like Mark.
Yeah, be like Debbie.
I mean, feel free to train and have super ups and track speed, but the other areas,
cave.
don't be like Mark.
Except I can't see the cave because Oliver's in the way. Okay, I think I'm making it progress. Through the cave. Ooh, I killed a bat.
Yay!
Completely on accident, because you were in the way with Oliver.
Yeah!
No. Oh, potion!
Every time they're like, we know you're almost dying, but what if you risk it all to come back?
They know me well.
Yep. Those
They
damn,
know that I will.
those damn suicide bombing bats.
I don't know what you can find in the cave. I think you can... Ah! You can find wolves! You can find cave wolves!
Yep.
Well, there's only 5 kids left. He's killed 10 of them.
Wow. That was,
Yeah, this game is hard.
I suppose it makes sense when you have them all huddled up in one building. Really,
That's the weird thing. I don't think Jason has ever killed someone who wasn't a horny teen, except he did try to kill Corey Feldman, I guess, in part 4. But that's the only, like, kid. He's never killed kids.
Well, he has now.
That's just, it's an interesting mechanic that they're like, hey, yeah, he's gonna try to kill you, the camp counselors, but you know who else Jason's gonna try to kill?
The children.
The children.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Never.
And this other counselor who's about to die.
Yeah, I don't even know who's in danger with that.
Oh god. Yep.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
If the children are screwed, that counselor's definitely
Well, Mark is dead.
as screwed as Mark is.
Mark was killed in a cave.
Way to use those potions there, Mark.
Let's save Laura, because Laura was the one in danger.
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, Laura's fast as shit, too. And she's got decent ups. Take my rocks, my garbage, lighters,
Uh-oh.
and a dagger! Yeah,
Alright.
this...
Alright, Laura. It's up to you. It's up to you and Debbie.
So, were you ever a fan of the Friday the 13th movies, David?
I watched some of the older ones, but can't say I've watched many of the, At least I don't really remember many of the recent ones.
That's because there really haven't been any recent ones.
Well, you know what I mean, but... like
The most recent one was the Michael Bay one, and then the one before that was Jason X.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched either of those.
The one before that was Freddy vs. Jason.
I watched that, and I'm pretty sure I've watched all the ones.
So the year
before that.
2000, 2001 was the last time you saw really.
Yeah. But it's kind of the same thing with like Freddy, all those. Like I watched, a lot of the original ones, and then after that, once they just kept coming out, I was like, I'm kind of done now.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is kind of my go-to like background movie series. Like if I have to do grading for work, I put on a Friday the 13th movie, and I tell my students this, and they're like, why do you do that? And I was like, oh, there's nothing that gets me in the mood to grade your ethical papers more than listening to the sounds of horny teenagers being slaughtered in the woods. They're like, wow, thanks. But no, I watch all of them, all of the Friday the 13th movies, and when I say all, I mean 1 through 8. Probably twice a year. Maybe 3 times if I count Halloween. Because I watch them for the fall and spring semesters when I grade.
Alright.
It's just good mindless stuff to have in the background.
Yeah.
Oh. Not while I'm in the woods! Not while I'm in the woods!
Everybody seems to keep getting in danger at the wrong time.
But no, my favorite Friday the 13th movie, if we're going for like classic good ones, I would say is the second one. The first one with Jason.
Yeah.
But if I'm going for just completely insane, stupid, horrible, I could go with part 7 or 8. Because part 7's the one where he fights the psychic girl, which is pretty cool. But part 8 is the one called Jason Takes Manhattan. And I'm not even making that up. Yeah, it's Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. And he gets stuck on a high school, like, after-grad cruise ship.
As you do.
Where he murders then all the high school grads, their teachers, and the principal, as they make their way to Manhattan. Oops, Jason wiped out the kids. Game over.
Well, our camp counselors have failed.
Well, we'll try this again.
Yeah, I guess for somebody who, goes around murdering horny teenagers, like, that's the perfect cruise. Like, wait, you mean there's a cruise that is filled with nothing but teenagers and camp counselors?
Ripe for the murder?
Where do I buy my ticket?
He doesn't even buy his ticket.
I know.
He climbs up the anchor. But no, I love that movie because that's the one where he punches the guy's head clean off his shoulders. It's also horribly 90s.
Yeah.
Who's dying already?
Somebody on the other side of the map.
Alright, we'll try to get there.
Yeah, at least they're along the main roads.
But getting there is gonna kill Mark. Oh, there's a key. Getting there is gonna kill Mark. But like, there's a scene in that where he's in Manhattan, and he destroys the boombox of like this street gang, and they oh, I passed it.
Wow. Okay, that was a lot quicker than it seemed.
And they get really upset that Jason just, you know, destroyed their boombox.
Yeah.
And so he... Ah!
Oh god.
I knew he was here.
Speaking of the devil.
Ah!
Oh god. Oh god. Show us those moves, Jason. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, he's got a mean right.
Oh my god!
Oh, you drove him back with your rocks.
With rocks! That's insane. I have
why
no
you-
idea how we did that.
That's why you never bring a fist to a rock fight.
Alright, things are looking up, George.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you later. But he breaks the boombox and the guys are like, hey, what the fuck? We're gonna kill you, man! And Jason just stops, turns, and he lifts his mask. Because at this point, he's in the undead zombie Jason, and so he lifts his mask and it's like, "Rawr!" And they go, ah, never mind. And they run off. It's one of those like funny moments, but it's such a 90s. Oh god!
Oh god.
He's back for revenge and he has his machete.
Yeah, he did not take kindly to losing that fight.
I didn't realize I've never seen him get his. Just a little bit. I've never seen him get his machete.
Yeah, well, you drove him to it early. I don't like the odds of the rest of the counselors now. If it hasn't even got the nighttime and he's already got the machete.
Oh, I meant to get Laura. I didn't mean to get Debbie. Debbie's horribly slow.
Yeah, that's not gonna do, considering it's gonna be the children in danger next.
Yeah. Da 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 da. But no, I also like the one with Part 4's pretty much a classic because it's got Corey Feldman in it, but it also has what's his name? The dad from Back to the Future, Crispin Glover.
I'm bad with names.
It's the dad from Back to the Future.
But I know who you're talking about.
And he has probably the worst dance moves of all time in that movie. Because he like asked the twins to dance, and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll dance. And then he just starts flailing his arms around in a really weird way. And I don't know if that's just how Crispin Glover dances, or if that's how he's supposed to dance in real life. I don't know. It's weird.
Could be a little bit of all of it.
A little bit of both. All of the above. Look, we got one fire lit.
Yay!
Because we died.
I guess that's something.
Yeah, navigating the house is really weird because you gotta, like, learn left and right.
Yeah, without actually seeing, just accepting the fact that just what you're looking at changes.
Yeah. They could give you a knife that would be really great.
Yeah. Instead of going through all of this with...
Oh no, the children!
There goes the children.
Oh yeah, Debbie's slow ass is not getting to those kids.
Nope.
So Debbie's gonna go in the cave. Because why the fuck not?
Maybe she can survive where,
The knife!
where Mark couldn't. I'm gonna say, Debbie, pick up the knife. It's floating right before you.
Yeah, we need this knife. Ah!
Oh, these caves.
Well, these caves are horrible. They're the worst. But no,
I do need to rewatch them though. It's been so long since I've seen.
I have them all.
Yeah, and
by that I mean I have parts 1 through 8. And actually no, I should have them. I have them all. I do have them all. The one I was missing. No, I don't. I'm missing part 5. The first one with Tommy, and I think part 6. Or it could be just part 5. I don't know. But they're all currently on Amazon Prime. So
Ooh.
I've just been watching them that way.
That's good to know, actually. Yeah, because, you know, I'm not particularly a big, like, horror fan or anything, but those type of movies I can get behind, like, Jason...
Oh, really? I need markups for this? There we go.
Wow, I was gonna say that would suck. Get that far and have to turn around. But like Freddy, Jason, like the Scream movies, just things that they know it's just silly. So they
Well, the Scream movies I still really love, and the reason I still love the Scream movies, and I don't mean that in like the shitty way I love Friday the 13th. Like I love Friday the 13th because they're kind of bad.
Yeah.
Nightmare movies I love because the first one's really good, but after that it gets kind of campy.
Yeah.
But the Scream movies I love because Wes Craven made those very much with a particular feel of like meta tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
And those are just 1 and 4 are the best in my opinion. 2's right after, and 3's the worst. But 4 was a very solid entry. Yeah. But
yeah. And
I know
like
Netflix
those I
is
can
great.
like those I can definitely enjoy because it's like the idea is already silly, so you might as well just have fun with it. Like,
Yeah. I know Scream is on Netflix right now if you wanted to rewatch that. Wolves!
interesting.
If you want to rewatch those. But Jason and Freddy I think are available on Amazon, at least a few of them.
Alright.
But no, I've always liked the Scream movies. Although I will say, talking about the Scream movies, they have the Scream MTV show. The first 2 seasons are good because the first 2 seasons very much kept like the Wes Craven tongue-in-cheek, like this is ridiculous, but we're gonna use it to kind of make a statement, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Season 3 is just complete bullshit. It sucked. And it's because it goes completely against pretty much everything Scream has stood for since the first 97 film of, like, taking a statement that, like, movies don't make people violent, you know, people are already horrible. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get out of these caves.
I don't either.
I'm just saying, so I'm just kind of trying to survive.
It doesn't help that they all just look this up.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah. There's always one way out of something you can't get out of. Die.
But no, the 3rd season of Scream was just complete and utter bullshit. It was the worst. I don't know anyone who watched it who liked it.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Oh, I could technically save the children.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh god.
Oh, he's really pissed off.
Yeah, he is. He's like, you better not come for these children.
Wait, how's he killing them in there? And yet...
You know things don't make sense.
Oh, and he put his machete away.
Well, that's good. He's giving you a fighting chance.
Bye, Laura. She tried going out saving the kids.
Yeah.
Let's try Paul. We haven't tried Paul yet.
Oh, good.
Ah!
I guess the children, because he's still there, is still in danger.
Oh god, are they?
Yeah.
Ah! Paul to the rescue!
Do what Laura couldn't, Paul.
We're coming, kids! Slowly but surely. But I'm one of those people, when it comes to horror movies, that, like, I kind of research and find out, especially old horror movies, because that's, you know, most of the ones people consider classics, or... I mean, that's why you call them a classic.
Yeah.
But... Jesus. It's okay, kids. I'm here to kill Jason. Wait.
Really? Y'all saying y'all...
Ah.
There he is. Oh. Oh.
We did it again!
Oh, Paul just scraped that one out.
Yeah, he did.
Alright, kids, you're alive for now.
I think we might have survived a night while we were in the caves,
Probably.
which is why he has kind of reset his machete and everything.
Yeah.
Back.
He's like calmed down a little bit, like, okay. I at least killed the bitch that won the first time.
Well, Paul's dead. Killed in the boat.
Yep.
George or Chris? Let's go Chrissy.
Yeah. Looks like Georgian's in trouble.
I picked the wrong one, but Chrissy's fast too.
Yeah.
So Mark, Laura, and Chris. Oh, she's got like the highest ups. Mark, Laura, and Chrissy seem to be the ones to try to get to survive.
Yeah.
But no, I'm the type of person when it comes to horror movies. I like to figure out like what was the original creator's intention, and what was like the original studio plan, and then what are kind of just the superfluous sequels, the money-making sequels.
Yeah. So okay, now we're just gonna pump these out.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna cash cow it. So like I know when it comes to Friday the 13th, the first one was of course meant to be the first and like the one.
Yeah.
But, ooh, a note. Go into one of the cabins by the lake.
Really?
Yep. That's how cryptic these notes are.
Well, okay.
But no, it is... I like to find out kind of... Where am I going? How do I get out of the house? There we go.
Just jump through the window.
Which you can do in the other game.
Yep.
But no, I like to find out all those things. So, like, I know when it comes to Friday, you know, part 1 was kind of their thing, but then they made part 2, and part 3, and part 4. But part 4 was called The Final Chapter. It was meant to be the last one. And then they're like, well, the studio likes that it makes money, so let's see if we can make another one. And that's why part 5 doesn't have Jason in it. They were going to turn Tommy into Jason, but people didn't respond well to the fact that it wasn't Jason in the movie, so they had to figure out a way to bring him back in part 6, and that's when they resurrected him with lightning. So, like, in my head, I kind of look at it as parts 1 through 4 are the original, real Jason story, and then parts 5 and 6 are kind of like, okay, we add Tommy Jarvis, we do the Tommy Jarvis story. And then anything after 6 is just flat out ridiculous, cash grab for fun.
Yeah. What are the various situations we can just throw Jason into to get money?
Yeah. Kind of the same with Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street, really the first movie's like the movie. And then if you wanted to take it further, you could take it up through part 3, because Dream Warriors is a wonderful nightmare film. And it kind of gives a resolution for part 1. But they don't actually reach like a conclusive death for Freddy until part 6. So you could technically go parts 1 through 6. And then anything after that is extra. But really the only ones after that are Freddy vs. Jason, which nobody counts as being in canon, and New Nightmare, which is just Wes Craven's meta film of like, hey, those actors who are in the movie, they're actually actors. And Freddy was just a dream that I had one day, so I wrote it up. But it turns out he's real. New Nightmare is actually really good. Like, New Nightmare is top 3 Freddy movie with part 1 and Dream Warriors. So, but then you also have the Halloween movies. The Halloween movies are interesting because there's multiple different timelines you could take with it. Because there's so many different canons. Because you have parts 1 and 2, which were made by John Carpenter, and those are like John Carpenter's story. Parts 1 and 2. But then the studio wanted to make more money. They wanted to turn Halloween into a franchise, but Michael was dead. So they did part 3, which, from what I understand, if you view it as just like an 80s horror movie, isn't that bad, but if you view it as like a Halloween Michael Myers movie, it's horrible because Michael's not in it. Because it's more like computers are taking over people's, like, TVs or brainwashing people. But then you have part 4, 5, and 6, which all take place with Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, Michael's niece. Because what they say is in between parts 2 and 4, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, died in a car accident after having her daughter. All these kids are gonna die. So that's how they account for Jamie Lee Curtis not being in the movies. Is, oh, she died, but we're gonna focus on Michael trying to kill her daughter. Well, that goes through parts 1 through 6. So you can technically have parts 1 and 2, which you still look at as a standalone. You can have parts 1 through 6, which are a story. But then, oh, and parts 1 through 6, 4, 5, and 6 are the ones that are like, oh, Michael is actually possessed by the spirit of Halloween. He's possessed by the spirit Sam Hain. Yeah, it gets weird and cultish. Although I will say, Halloween Part 4 is one of my favorite Halloween movies. It's really good. Oh, I got out.
Uh-oh.
And I'm nowhere near those children. They are so dead.
Yep.
But then you have, I got the machete.
Look at it.
It's so powerful.
I like that jump slowed down so much.
I'm really hoping Jason comes and attacks me, but those kids are dead.
Yeah. I don't remember how many kids you had left.
I'm pretty sure this will be it. But then you have H2O and Resurrection, which are essentially if you had parts 1 and 2, and then H2O Resurrection. And then you have the new one, the 2016 reboot, which is just part 1, and then 2016. And the 2016 was really good. Anyway, that's my 10-minute rant about 80s horror movies and how their canon works.
Because the longer something goes on, the more messy it gets.
It really does, and it's sad.
And it's mostly because once they start going on a long time, then they start throwing in prequels or things in between existing movies.
The canon just starts to get cluttered.
Then they start making alternate ones that some people consider as part of it, and other people are like, no. And
well, I thought the Michael Bay Friday the 13th was pretty good. It was better than the Michael Bay produced Nightmare on Elm Street, which, don't get me wrong, Jackie Earle Haley did a great job as Freddy in that movie, but it just, I don't know, it didn't have that nightmare feel, which I've talked to other people about, and they all kind of have said it feels like because the sarcastic humor isn't there. Because Freddy, even though he's a horrible, demented sociopath, he's a sarcastic asshole.
Yeah.
And it's not really in the newest one.
You gotta have something to go with him besides just the murder.
Well, that's part of what made Robert Englund's, I don't know how to say his last name, that's what made his performance so memorable and wonderful about Freddy, is he was creepy and terrifying, but Freddy had that sarcastic demeanor.
Yeah.
The first time you really get a good look at Freddy in the first movie, he's stretched his arms out long and he's chasing you down the thing, or he cuts off his fingers and he's like, oh! He's playing with you. Kind of like Pennywise in the new It movies. It's that I'm tormenting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very upset they didn't make a new Friday the 13th for the anniversary that just came up. Especially because there was, in the month of October, a Friday the 13th, and I'm like, that's just a marketing...
Yeah, that's...
that would have been a marketing dream, but the studio, I think, was in contest with the rights of who owned it at the time.
That'll do it.
And I'm just like, that sucks. Because I think there's a new one in development now. I mean, they'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
Given the success of Halloween and the fact they're making 2 or 3 more Halloween. I think 2 more Halloweens.
And just how many studios in general are rebooting old series that people loved.
But actually doing it well this time around.
Yeah. But yeah,
when I say this time around, everybody, I mean the reboots are actually going well.
Yeah.
It and Carrie and...
Because there's been some terrible reboots that...
Very bad. Halloween was a wonderful reboot. I would love to have a legitimate Jason and Freddy, Nightmare and Friday the 13th reboot in the way that they did Halloween. And they could even keep the original 1970s where Jason, Mrs. Voorhees gets murdered, and cut forward. They could do the Halloween method.
Yeah.
Or they could really reboot it from step 1. There's a lot of lore they can play with there.
Yeah. And you got a lot of people who, we're not alive for all these old movies.
No, and they're ones that like people know about, but they don't take them seriously. They look at them like kind of how we do, like, oh, it's a campy horror movie. It was never scary to us.
Yeah.
Because we'd already been, I don't want to use the word desensitized, but we'd been acclimated to that level of horror in movies. Like the tropes we'd already seen in other movies. The jump scares and gags we've already seen in other movies by the point where like, ah!
Oh god.
Jason!
The trading of blows.
I was really hoping I would get him with the machete.
Yeah. If he had more health, maybe.
Yeah.
Like going at it practically dead.
Yeah.
To where each blow is just like, nope.
But no, because that's not to say that, like, I like these movies. That's not to say they're bad movies. They were scary when they came out in the day. But again, to us, it's not that scary anymore. It's like the same with The Exorcist. Like, I go back, my mom says The Exorcist is one of the scariest movies she's ever watched. And people were, like, vomiting in the theaters, and it was terrifying and freaking out. I went to watch it when I was a kid, and I'm like, this isn't...
I was bored out of my mind.
Yeah, it's not that scary.
But it's because back then, like, it wasn't something common. Like,
no, and there was the big satanic panic back
like,
in the 70s.
It was a very
80s.
new thing, whereas now you can guarantee there's going to be a slew of horror movies every single year.
That do something similar.
You know, the where it's no longer like something that's new and you've never seen before. It's like, no. This is like the how manyth this year, and there's going to be more coming into next year.
Yeah, you get used to it, and that's why I don't try to hold it against. Wow, already. I don't try to hold it against studio like old movies when that happens. Like I try to look at it as like, well, it was made in the 70s, or it was made.
Like you have a lot of old movies that like, just the way they looked and things were like groundbreaking back then, but looking at it now is like, God, this is awful looking.
Yeah, but then you have those other movies that like still hold up to this day. Like Blade Runner still holds up. Jurassic Park still rivals modern movies in how well done the special effects are.
Yeah, that's the perk of actually flat out making things instead of just relying entirely on special effects.
Oh, they're dead.
Yeah, that's not a good start. Like, how did you need help 2 seconds into the game?
Yeah.
He hadn't even ran anywhere yet, and they were already calling for help.
But no, I would love a modern day reboot for Freddy and Jason, rather than seeing those properties stagnate and go away.
Especially because it has been a while. Like,
yeah, the Freddy one was 2010?
Yeah.
2012, something like that?
It's one thing if it was like there had just been one like 2-3 years ago and they're already like trying to...
It's been almost a decade since they made Freddy, and it's been over a decade since they made Jason.
Yeah, so it's plenty of time for them to kind of, you know, figure things out, give people time to actually kind of be interested in a potential new one.
Well, and the Jason movie was well done. Like I said, I liked it, and I don't think a lot of people I know didn't really care for it. Like, if you're a fan of the Friday movies, like, as an overall movie, maybe it's not the best, but compared to other Friday the 13th movies, it was really well done. The Nightmare on Elm Street movie, not so much, but, you know, that's one out of many franchises. But it is, you look at those other ones, the early 2000s had a weird time with horror reboots, because they tried to make a modern prequel for The Exorcist, which didn't go over very well. Like Exorcist: The Beginnings, where you see like the priest go to Africa.
Yeah.
You had what was it? You had they should do a Hellraiser reboot. Just saying. Not those like shitty straight to DVD movies that they've been putting out, because they are not good, the new Hellraisers. There's been a good Hellraiser in my opinion since part 2 or 3. But no, what was it? It was... They didn't do an Exorcist. They could do an Exorcist. But there's just been so many exorcism movies. It's like, there's no need to do The Exorcist.
No, like, that's a very common thing. Like,
Yeah. They did just do Chucky, so they did Child's Play. And I saw the new Child's Play. It was good. It was good. It was its own taking on, like, the evil doll thing. And it poked fun at, like, technology, and it was well done. I liked it. And everybody I went to go see it with, they enjoyed it, too.
Yeah,
I don't see them possibly building a franchise out of it. They could, but it was at least good for a one-off.
Yeah, like for the most part, everybody I know who's seen it enjoyed it. Like, there's, you know, the occasional people that were naturally like, no, like, my version was better that I grew up with.
Which is a perfectly valid point. Like, if you liked the original better, which I still do.
Yeah.
But it was a solid take.
Yeah. But, yeah, for the most part, I didn't really hear nothing bad about it.
And that's one thing that gets me about movies when they get rebooted is people are always like, no, you're ruining it. You're ruining what I grew up with. No, it's a different version, man.
Yeah.
Just because they reboot it and make a version that you don't like does nothing to destroy the movies unless they literally go back and pull like a 90s George Lucas on it, like he did with the Star Wars property, where you can't get the original theatrics anymore and you get all the updated stuff. Like, unless they went back and said like, hey, you know that original Child's Play movie you love so much? Well, we're going to go in and computer put in the new Chucky model.
Yeah. You know what? It turns out that really didn't happen. This is what happened.
Yeah, that's how they ruin your childhood.
Yeah, like, those movies are still there.
Yeah, they don't ruin it by releasing something new. You know, because that's how, like what you said, going, well, my version that I grew up with is still my favorite. That's a perfectly valid point. Like, you can still like the old version.
Yeah. Like, look at The Mummy.
Oh, like, yeah. I haven't even seen the Tom Cruise version, but...
Me neither, but I have not heard a single good thing about it.
Nope.
But
so
you know
I
what
just
you
watched
can...
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, you know what you can do? Still watch the old one.
Brendan Fraser movie is a classic.
Yeah. It's still available for people to watch. Like...
Which is a fun movie. I think doesn't get enough credit nowadays. I don't think people talk about that movie enough. The 90s Mummy movie.
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, really popular like when it came out, but then...
It kind of fell off.
You know, it was kind of just...
But I think we have parts 2 and 3 to kind of ruin for that, because part 2 and 3 didn't capture, like... Because part 1 is barely a horror movie. Like, it's an action horror film. Yeah. But part 2 kind of makes it more family-friendly, because they bring the kid in, and then you've got The Rock as the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
And then they build that franchise, which... Good lord, that franchise is...
Yeah.
A thing on its own.
I don't even know what the hell's going on with that anymore.
They're on like part 6 or 7 or something, and it's like the third actor to play the Scorpion King.
Yeah, like I watched the first one and maybe the second.
I watched the first. Was The Rock in the second?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying maybe.
I've watched only the ones with The Rock in it. If they were to go back and reboot the Scorpion King with The Rock in it,
and some better,
I'd watch that.
Now that they can make sure they get some better CGI and stuff.
Ooh, machete.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's CGI. Oh, that was rough.
And I think kind of the main issue with like the second Mummy was just that it kind of just did everything the first movie did. Like
it did.
Like you had the Scorpion King to change things up a little bit, but overall it's, you know, for most of the film it was the same mummy doing the same, you know, the same.
Oh, I saved it!
Right? Oh, just in time. Oh, you saved one.
Whatever, that's one kid.
Yep. But it's like the same exact tricks from the Mummy with like the wall of sand or like the wall of water or just like...
That's true.
Whereas like nothing really new happened in it. It was just kind of, you know, more of the same, which wasn't necessarily...
Oh, Chrissy died.
Bad, it's just... Well, rest in peace, Chrissy. Well...
Wait, he's killing that kid again.
Yep, you left them be in that house.
But no, I could see that, how it's like just the same movie again.
Yeah, and I think that's really kind of was their biggest issue with that, besides, you know, the terrible CGI. Oh.
Yeah, CGI was rough. But no, I think a Friday reboot would be well done, especially consider. And when I say Friday, I mean Friday the 13th. If they want to make a Friday reboot with I almost said Ice-T. It's not Ice-T. It's Ice Cube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Cube. The guy from NWA. NWO? NWA. Fuck the police. I'm not big into rap.
You'll get it eventually. But yeah, I'd be behind that.
Because again, the Friday movie does not need a reboot.
Nope.
The original Friday is a really good movie. But Friday the 13th could definitely use a reboot. And it could use a good reboot.
Yeah.
It's very early in the morning when we're recording this.
I know. We're kind of awake.
Alright, well I saved the kid.
Yay, kid!
Now if Jason comes flying past the water and hits this Laura, she's dead. Ah, zombies!
Almost there.
Alright. So now the question, I don't even, like, we're really just seeing how long we can last. There's no, like, actual game plan to this.
Yeah. It's very much just kind of a run around, people start dying.
I don't even know what houses we put
I don't either.
fires into.
Me neither anymore. What?
That's a note.
Where'd you go, Note? You're inside a house, you can't disappear.
Go into the cabin near the cave.
Alright. That's at least a little more,
Yeah. Ah. What would you say is your favorite, and you're not a big horror guy anyway, but what would you say is your favorite horror movie?
Oh, God.
This is a much more loaded question for me, because I watch a lot.
Yeah.
I'm currently in my 69 days of, or 69 films in 61 days of Halloween, starting on September 1st, so I make sure I watch 69 horror movies up through October. Ah!
Well,
Ah!
you were almost to a different path, but nope. Here he comes.
Yeah. I guess we'll go with Paul. Not sure?
I feel like there's some I've seen that I'm probably would list if I could think of it, but I mean, at least out of the ones we've been talking about, I probably would have to go with like one of the Scream movies. Those were probably the ones I watched the most, like when I was younger, out of like that batch.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure my top 5 fully for me, but Scream 1, I knew it. The zombies went away.
Yeah.
Scream 1 for me is definitely one of my favorite horror movies. The original Halloween is one of my favorite horror movies. I love Ju-on, the original Grudge film, is really, really good. Because it keeps like a wonderful atmosphere about it, and it's very creepy. And modern Ju-on films have been okay, not great. The Ring versus The Grudge was not wonderful. It was enjoyable, just not great. But they did like a Ju-on Black, Ju-on White thing for like the 20th anniversary or something of it. And those were really good. Those actually creeped me out. Those were the first ones I saw. They creeped me out a lot. But yeah, I'd say Halloween or Scream or like Ju-on would be favorite horror movies for me. They creep me out. Asian horror movies in general are just horrifying to me. Like, they're terrifying.
Yeah, because like the
Guess we're gonna try to get through the woods to those kids.
Because like a lot of like the American versions I've seen, I'm just like, no, this just doesn't really do anything for me, like compared to.
Yeah. Well, and I have friends who like grew up in Japan and Korea, and I talk to them about horror because I'm like, you know, Japanese and Korean horror movies, they're terrifying, they scare me so much, and I talk to them about it, and they say that American films are far scarier to them. So I guess it's like a cultural thing, like,
Yeah.
you know, we're so used to the American horror film that it doesn't really scare us, so you watch the Asian one and it scares you, the Japanese or Korean one. But people from Japanese or Korean culture come here and they're like, no, I'm used to the movies from where I grew up. Your
Yeah.
movies are scary.
I can see that. Because, you know, if you look at, like, a lot of, like, the myths and, like, legends for, like, a lot of, like, the creatures, like, that were kind of, like, popular in, like, Japanese culture and stuff, like, those things sound horrifying. But if you grow up and you hear those tales constantly, like...
It's just, it's a part of your life in a
something
way.
different is very much going to be a little more creepy to you, because you're like, I don't know what the hell this is.
But in our culture, the horror movies are just about a person who typically just comes and kills you.
Yeah.
Which is a scary thought in general.
Yeah, but...
And when you live in a country that the murder rate is so low, to have, like, a movie that's like, oh yeah, this guy just stalks you and then murders you, like, that's a creepy thought, especially when you're from such a safe country.
Or at least what once was.
Yeah, that's true.
But... And then even in those regards, you kind of have...
Oh, did we actually... I did! But, I mean, they're dead, but hey, I did.
But yeah, even in those regards, you know, especially kind of as they get more and more sequels, then that guy stalking and doing the murdering, it just gets more and more unrealistic, the way it's like, yeah, this was kind of like a terrifying thought, but now I'm also just kind of looking at it like, you know, this person would have been dead a long time ago, like...
Yeah, and I'm excited. So, like, keeping that in mind, the new Halloween movies that they're making, Michael Myers is like 68. He was 7 or 8 when he killed his sister at the start, and then you cut forward 16 years, so he's like 21, 22 in the start of the first Halloween movie. And then you cut forward from 1979 to almost 2009, because it takes place like 2017, 2018. So cut forward almost not 20 years, 40 years. He's in his 60s.
Yeah.
So he's like 62, 63 years old, running around killing these people like it's nobody's business.
I guess I can only hope I'm that active when I'm that age.
Right?
You know, different type of activities, less murderous ones, but...
Oh, Paul, get the machete! Yeah, less murderous activities, but it'd be nice to be active when I'm a senior citizen.
Yeah. I think that all the time with one of the families on my route. They're, you know, retired. They're, I want to say, like, in their 70s, and yet they're still out there every day running around the neighborhood.
Oh, that's the note for the cabin by the lake. Ooh.
Let's see what it says.
It's gonna tell us to go to the cave or the woods, I bet. Near the cave. Oh no, that's we already saw that. We had to go to the cave.
Yeah.
Whatever, we ain't getting to that damn cave.
Nope. Not with our health.
We can try. Let's try.
Yeah. What's the worst that'll happen?
Those kids will die.
True.
Yeah, because there's only 6 kids left, and
one counselor.
Is that Paul? Is Paul the last counselor, or is there one on top of Paul?
That's actually a good question. I don't know if that's...
One on top of Paul.
Okay.
So one of these people is gonna get to that cave.
Yeah.
Presumably. We don't know for certain.
Yeah, he could, you know, murder all the children before you get there.
I mean, I keep lighting fires. That's gotta do something.
I would hope so. Like, it's literally like the only thing they tell you about the game is to light fires in the fireplace.
That's really your only instructions. And I don't even remember if the fires actually do anything or not.
Oh, he's going after the last counselor instead. He left the kid alone for now. Oh, okay, the counselor's actually not far.
Fuck him.
Paul's on a mission.
Paul's gonna find that missing note.
Yeah. It's more important things.
Alright, so no note in this cabin. Alright, we're not supposed to go in the cave. We're supposed to go in the cabin
By
near
the cave.
Which could be any of these cabins. I'm not risking jumping over these guys.
Yeah. Not with that little bit of health.
I mean, he's got a health potion. I'm looking for this note. I don't see the note. He lit the fire, though.
I don't know. Come on, vague note. You said to go by the cabin by the cave.
Alright, so nothing here.
So that's 2 cabins down with no luck.
Let's check the corner. Yep, nothing there. Oh, there it is.
I stand corrected.
Go into the cave.
Really?
Okay.
You stupid notes.
I mean,
We literally ran past the cave to get here.
hey, we're trying.
It's not a long run. Not a long run. Alright, I guess our destiny was always to end back in these hell
Ah!
escape of a cave. Uh-oh.
Well, that was fun.
Well, I guess you get to live a little longer, George.
I guess George is gonna go to the cave now and see what's up. Uh-oh. No, he's not.
Uh-oh.
No, he's not. George is so dead.
George!
Why are you going into my cave? How dare you go into my cave?
Well, that was nice knowing you, George.
It was nice knowing you. But I think that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Jason's so much more upfront in this.
He really is.
He's like, I'm not gonna stalk you. I'm gonna face you up front, throw this machete at you, punch you.
Yeah.
Gotta practice different type of moves here.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know in the comments what your favorite horror movies are. And maybe I'll add them to my 69 movies to watch in 61 days.
Also, let us know if you had anything creepy happen today.
Yes, because it is Friday the 13th. So be safe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.